What up, y'all? About time. We're back. Can I get some noises? Some Terry's, some wet ones. Come on.
What one's the wipes?
Let me hear it. Let me. Okay,
That
let's
was you
go.
last night, dude.
Dude, let me tell you something. I haven't been to the doctors in years.
Why do you say doctors?
Doctors.
I haven't been to the doctor. I haven't been to the doctor. Doctorial. I haven't been to the doctors in so long, dude.
Doctors.
What's wrong?
Any amount of doctors? I've been to zero.
What's wrong?
You just say doctors.
Is that improper?
The doctors.
Is that correct
There's only
grammar?
one doctor.
Yeah, well, there's multiple.
Yeah, but one guy looks at you, right?
Yeah, well, you guys just go to one?
You don't
probably go to multiple.
I don't go to a doctor, man.
Oh.
I'm a holistic guy.
I go to the doctor.
I'll avoid that.
I haven't been to the doctor in years. And I think it's time because I think there's something going on with my gut. I went to a place last night, and I don't know if this is the origin of what caused it, but
It's not.
my stomach was obliterized yesterday. And let's just say I stayed up real late, struggling.
This is where it's hard, you being an external processor, because you were sending me text messages that I didn't ask for.
Yeah, man, I was definitely letting her know a play-by-play what was going on.
I don't think I even responded to one of them. I know that you had to get it out both emotionally and physically.
Yeah, dude. I was sending her
And
updates by like every hour on the hour. I'd pass out, then come back and be like, oh,
We're back again.
Yeah, and this is what's going on.
That's me asleep.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, I've heard that you talk in your sleep or laugh in your sleep, which is
so scary.
Freaking scary, dude.
It's so scary.
She record. What was that app you had?
I still have it. I got this app because, long story short, I was like, I need to like monitor my sleep. And I'm also not a great sleeper. And if you're like, there's so much that's attributed to your sleep or like struggle with sleep.
Check
that has
your
to
sleep
do,
cycle, people. It's a real thing. You need to get good sleep.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm single. There's no one sleeping in my bed. So there's not like anybody can look over and be like, you're snoring or you're like,
you're talking in your
tossing
sleep,
and turning and
sleepwalking.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, let me get this app. I don't have one of those like whoop bands or anything like that. So I get this app. It's supposed to like monitor your breathing, all this stuff. I don't know if it works, whatever. It works enough to record things. So if like there's a dog barking or if you talk or if you're snoring, like it will record it. And there's like snoring that's like normal, like light snoring. It happens a lot when you're in deep sleep.
And mind you, when she shows us this recording, it gives big like early paranormal activity vibes, like at night.
Oh, for sure.
The camera, just the audio, and you're just like, ooh.
So what was creepy about it is I think I had so it would record things and it'll like highlight a couple things. It'll say like a subject line. So it'll say like animals, and then it would have like two recordings, and you play it and you hear like a dog at like 6 a.m. or something like that. And or it'll say like nature, and then you can hear like a thunderstorm if it like rained the night before and stormed. And then it also like talks in your sleep or like snoring or something like that. Oof. Okay. And I had been playing, and it was like, then there was one that was like something like abstract noise, like they don't know what it is, but they're picking something up. And I had been getting picked up this like sound. Do you remember that?
Right, dude. At a specific time, right?
Yes.
Probably like the witching hour.
Something like that, like something weird. And I was like,
it's like 3 a.m.
I don't know what this could be.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's a loud snap. It's like a.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
dude.
Yes. And it didn't wake me up. And I'm a
Do you still have that recording?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we need to play it.
I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah.
And if I'm not sleeping light, it's because I'm like exhausted. But organically, I'm a pretty light sleeper. But I wouldn't wake up to it. Jeez. I've never once woken up to it, or at least not that I remember. Oh. I think what it was, here's what's crazy.
Tell me.
Up until 2 days ago, yes, something I've been saving, dude. I thought I had solved the problem because I have a little like kind of like a little shed, like plastic shed that's like out right behind my window.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to have a lock on it, and it didn't, and it was just open, and I think it was the door, swinging open and kind of hitting the backside of the shed. Because then I put a lock on it, and it never happened again. And I was like, oh, that was it. Creepy, but that was it.
Okay, thank God, dude.
Until 2 days ago.
I'm sorry?
When the sound has come back now. And there's a lock on my shed. So right now I still don't know what it is, because I've been looking for like, is it a branch, like a tree somehow hitting my side of my house? Is it? I don't know.
It's kind of wild that I'm bringing this back up, huh?
It is kind of wild that you're bringing it back up because it just happened 2 days ago. And I have been meaning to ask my roommate, who also has the same sleep thing. You have to use it. Like, you have to start it. If you don't start it, it's not going to pick it up.
Have y'all still been doing it?
I have still been doing it,
You
but I don't know if
she's-
I just haven't checked in with her. And so I want to see if she has been doing it, because she has been doing it. I'm going to see if hers did the same thing or not. So stay tuned.
Definitely, dude.
Creeps McGee.
It's an old house too, right?
It's 100 years old this year. Is it's Centurion or Centurion or something like that? Centurion. I think is what it's called.
Bring some elders and anoint the house. Let's get Joel over.
Yeah.
We gotta
But
cast that demon out, baby. There's
with that, I was scrolling. This is what we're talking about, the laughing thing. I was scrolling
dude.
and I was like, talks in your sleep, and I was like, this is what I've been waiting for, because I'm like, what am I saying? You know, like I'm
what?
so curious. And I play it, and you can see like a little sound bar, right? So if there's a lot of noise, it's
you
like
can
real
tell
high up.
when you're reading it, right?
It's just kind of a little bit. And I was like, what does it say? Like, what am I saying? And so it like starts, and it's kind of that like,
yeah, that white noise in the back.
yeah, from like my fan or something like that. And then it's like,
Oh God, dude.
and it's me. It's for sure. I know it's me. And I was like, I'm laughing in my sleep. What am I
It's
laughing
so
about?
Scary, bro.
What the
just the
heck?
joy of the Lord is just falling upon you in your sleep, dude.
I heard it, and I'm objectively able to say, sure, it's scary, but I think it's just scary because you're like asleep and it's dark. But knowing me, something funny was happening in the dream, and so I wasn't
It's
scared.
your alter ego coming out, dude.
I was like,
It's
I'm goofing.
Babs.
I'm goofing here, and I'm goofing asleep, bro.
God, dude, that is
I'm
crazy.
hee-heeing and ha-haing in my ZZs.
So the first time she showed us weeks ago,
Yeah.
it was like a loud like, and I'm like, that is freaking crazy. That is so
Can you imagine
scary.
Can you imagine like you get up, like you're laying next to me and you get up to go to the bathroom and you come back and then it's like and you're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like,
Oh, I'm like this. I'm all. I grab your hand. I tap. Go back to sleep because I'm not even gonna deal with it.
you're only gonna have
I'm just
positive
gonna
energy.
embrace it. Yeah. I'm all. Nah, dude, I ain't playing around with that, dude. That is Meg
Yeah.
talks in her sleep sometimes.
But does she? Because there's people that talk like,
Well, she'll say
and there's people that are like, I don't want to go outside.
No, it's definitely not that clear. But what she says doesn't make sense. Like it'll be like tortillas are flying. No. And I'm like, huh? And she's just dead silent. I'm all, I tuck myself back in.
Have you had a lot of experiences with like maybe friends, or being at a friend's house, or maybe like you go to like camp, like church camp or something,
And that happens to
and
them?
some weird crap happens,
My cousin talks in his sleep, loudly,
like pretty like
loudly.
yeah.
But other than that, no. I was just like, that's his childhood trauma coming out in his sleep.
Yeah. There was one time that I was at a church camp. It was my very first church camp. And we were staying up late. I think I must have been, I was a junior or senior in high school. I was a junior because this girl was a senior.
Church camp stories are the funniest, bro.
Dude,
They're either the
wild.
worst or the funniest. Dude.
They're wild.
The scariest or whatever.
And I had been a Christian at that point for like a year.
Okay.
Okay. So not very long.
Praise
and I
him.
had, I don't know what you guys think about demonic stuff or whatever. Doesn't matter. I can tell you from experience that it's real. And so I had dealt with it
Definitely real.
growing up. I dealt with it growing up. And it was interesting because I had a like organic fear about it that I think is like rational and normal. But I had been dealing with it for so long that it wasn't that scary.
Yeah.
In the aspect of like, I know this. And now that I was a Christian, I felt like confident and comfortable and like whatever. And I didn't feel like the fear that I once felt when I wasn't a Christian.
Right.
Anyway, different podcast for a different day. But so when things were acting funny,
Yeah.
I was more along the lines of like, you know, my eyes were like peeled, you know, but I was around all these like hardcore Baptist people that like some people don't believe in that stuff, or they just never experienced it, you
they
know?
don't talk about it.
Yeah, because they
Out
grew
of
up in
sight, out
church
of
their whole
mind kind of
life,
thing,
and
yeah.
like all they've ever known is like church and God and Jesus and like safe, you know, everything's good and whatever. And so we're like on the top bunk, we're staying up late. We had gotten like snacks at the little snack thing that day, eating candy, like all the whole 9 yards, talking meth. You're supposed to be asleep. I can't believe this happened. Did you see that guy? You know, blah blah blah. Just like classic church camp.
Classic
It's 2
church
a.m. We're
stuff.
supposed to be asleep. Got to wake up in 4 hours. You know,
Oh,
we're about to look like
brutal.
hell. Is what we're about to look like in the morning.
God, dude. Because the best moments are at night, like
Yeah,
telling
dude.
stories
Telling
or like
story- yeah.
You
It's just-
love.
How it goes.
We're here for Jesus, but we like the thrill of fear at night.
Yes. So we're on the top bunk. There's like 3 girls on the top bunk. You know, just
Yeah,
the thing is going to topple over at any point because it's rickety. All of a sudden, dude. Okay, we're in the cabin, and it was all bunk beds, obviously. And there's some cabins that the bunk beds are kind of like sporadic. Ours was like row and row, like perfectly. And right across this girl, and I kid you not, to this day, sits up, like from laying flat on her back, like coffin style.
Bruh. She said, can I have the cookies? She goes, we're like,
yeah, she's just a demon because she's hungry. We've all been there.
She's hangry. Come on.
She sits up, and these girls were these 2 other girls were talking about something, and I was just listening. But because I'm the way that I am, my eyes are always peeled.
You're alert.
I'm alert more than people realize I am. And I like look over, and I look over, and then they see me look over, and then they turn around, and she's just like facing us, dude.
Ooh.
And I'm fight or flight, and I'm like, I'll throw this girl across the room.
You said.
My parents are about to get called, bro, for real.
Had a Muay Thai stance. She said.
And I call her name, and for this conversation, we're gonna say her name's Sarah.
Cool.
I go, Sarah, because everybody else is asleep, you know, and you're not supposed to be up. So if you yell, you're gonna get in trouble. 1, 2. I'm like, what the?
And little demon possessed
Sarah,
hangry Sarah.
I go, Sarah. It's honestly unreal that you can do that on cue.
It's
like
kind
that.
of wild, right?
It's almost like something inside of you.
Yeah, turns out.
Are you Sarah?
That's my secret cap.
That's that dog in you, bro.
I'm always hangry. Anyway, continue.
It's so scary. It sounds like the smoker that got the throat removed commercial. What is it?
I'm not going to do that.
can't always die from tobacco.
It's you, dude.
Also, never met anyone in my life
That has
that has that. You know, those were, the people they use in the commercials were the only people that were ever affected like that.
I used to call them I used to call them, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Kazoo necks. and I'll tell you this, as a 29-year-old, horrendous. But when I was like 8 years old,
Can I get a wet one for that one, dude? Can I get a wet one for that? Brutal.
I just saw the little speaker,
Yeah,
and it
dude.
looked like the top of a kazoo.
You were a kid.
And I was like 7,
For your
8,
saving
9,
grace, yeah, there you
25, 30,
She
doesn't
was
matter.
a child. Take it easy.
She's
Can we get
And
a kazoo in the chat? No, I'm joking. Jeez, come on. All right, go back to Sarah. Go back to Sarah.
My demon's Donald Duck.
God, dude.
Anyway, so she sits up. I'm like, Sarah. Sarah. Everyone. In the background. Low, you know, the low
Yeah, the
sound.
little white noise.
Sarah. Nothing, dude. Quietly just lays back down, bro.
No way, dude.
And now if you think for 1 second that I went to sleep that night, you would be wrong.
Oh, not you staying up all night, dude.
I go, well, I have to stay up.
That sucks.
Because let me tell you this. The only thing scarier than what I just said is opening your eyes on a top bunk, which is vulnerable.
It is.
There's a safety of like, I'm high up. There's a vulnerability if something were to happen, you have to get down and it's like awkward.
Always awkward to get down from.
Imagine
bunk
you're
beds,
asleep
dude.
because the height of the bunk bed, at least for me, was somewhere around like right here.
Okay.
You know, even if it was taller, it's even scarier. Like if you were shorter, it would be scarier. And waking up, turning like, you know, where you like get on and off the bed and there's a person just like.
Yeah, their head's just right there.
If that happened to me,
Game
I'm
over.
going to jail.
Game over.
Are you kidding me?
That is scary.
What
I
would you
be
do?
scared.
What would you do?
I'd
You
be
wake up
scared.
and someone's just like,
I'd freeze. I'd be like, hello? I'd be like, what's wrong?
what would you say?
I would literally.
What would you say?
Well, it's like that. It's like that vine from that girl. It's that vine from that girl when she's sleeping on that guy's bed. He pours the water all over her. And she goes, hello?
What the hell is she gonna say back?
She goes,
Hi, Richard.
I'm like, I'm not Richard. Can you go back to bed?
She said hello because she was unconscious. You would be opening your eyes, seeing a person, and then say hello. So stupid.
What am I gonna say? Oh, here's what I'd really say. I'd look at her
Yeah, go ahead.
and I'd be, "What's going on?" I'd be like, "What's wrong?
Yeah.
Are you okay?"
Because you would try. What is it? What is it when you're trying to like appease your captor? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's
Like
like
you're trying
it's
to
like
play
a
nice.
symptom. Yeah, it's like a symptom, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, what's it called?
I
Hold on
don't
one
know.
second, 1 second. I'll
Being
get it.
scared. I'm not trying to stir any pot here.
Hold on, I
you
found
came to
the-
me, and I'm just trying to be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
You try to appeal to the like emotional.
There she is.
This is the one right here.
Right, look.
Hello.
God, he unleashed nearly 3/4 of that water bottle on her face before she was
so
affected.
funny.
Hello.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
hey.
Hold on,
Hey.
it's an ad. Okay,
All
all right.
right.
Okay, we're good.
An ad for
Anyway,
what?
I don't know. It was lo-fi. Squarespace, dude.
Classic.
This podcast brought to you by Squarespace.
No,
All right.
it's
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it
Yeah.
or whatever. But if you try to
We'll
appeal to the
figure it out.
emotionality of your cat.
Kidnapper sympathy syndrome.
That could be.
Yeah,
it.
but it has a
what's
name.
It called? Yeah, I'm gonna.
So what? Do I just bring a heavy force to like
Stockholm
you took
syndrome?
me out-
Stockholm syndrome, dude.
Oh,
Stockholm syndrome. Yep, that's what it's
Stockholm
called.
syndrome.
Where you're like, what's wrong? Is everything okay?
Yeah, try to kind of
Like they were gonna they're about to bite your arm off because they're demonic, and then they're like, no one's ever asked me
Yeah.
if I'm okay. Satan,
Which-
never asked me if I'm okay.
which is so true.
I think I want to join the
Yeah,
Which I would definitely fall into, just to be like, calm this dude down, get him away from me.
But I think Stockholm syndrome is they actually have feelings.
Oh, were they actually fall?
Is that true?
I'm looking it up.
That could be it, because it's a syndrome, so it's probably not healthy.
It's a psychological response
What?
to being held captive.
Like I would do it to get like this person not to kill me, right? They just kidnap me and be like, "Hey, what's
They-
wrong? You okay? Like,
Yeah.
how are you feeling?" But in the end, I'm like, I'm doing whatever I can to like keep
Well,
this guy from stop killing me.
so this is different. This is like you actually feel like the captor is okay. Like you actually feel like they're a good person.
Yes.
So like
Oh.
this is a
Yeah.
psychological response to being held captive, and then people form a psychological connection with that person,
I might
Yeah.
and they
fall
start
into that.
sympathizing with them.
I'll be like, "Hey, bro,
It's not actually to get out of the way. It's not actually
Yeah,
because
because you would for sure believe
I
that.
know you ate
So-
that guy, but are you just hungry?"
Yeah, you would try to see the good in that person, like a real way.
Other close psychological
scary.
responses are trauma bonding, learned helplessness, battered person syndrome. Those are similar.
Are there any cases that have fallen into this that are well known?
What, Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah, yeah.
It got its name in 1973 from a bank robbery incident that happened in Stockholm,
Probably
Sweden.
you in McDonald's.
During that 6-day standoff, the captive employees became sympathetic toward bank robbers.
The Hamburglar's real. Me and him are real tight now, dude. They've been. You see him in the commercials. He's in commercials now. They're bringing him back. Little Hamburglar.
I wonder who it could be.
You.
It is me.
I know it's you.
That's my dream role.
I actually had the best Taco Bell experience today.
Did you get the new items?
No, I didn't see him.
You didn't look for them.
love how- I love how
what I
Jim-
always get.
Jim shouted that out Sunday.
I leaned over to James. I go, he's lying.
Yeah, he is,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, he probably isn't.
Our
But-
pastor.
Yeah, we're like on.
That's true.
But I will be.
Wait,
It is
context,
so-
context. Our pastor on stage on Sunday was talking about marriage, and he was
Yeah.
saying how him and his wife, like, before they were, well, I don't want to say that, sorry. Before, like, they had more income, like when they were first married,
Yeah.
that dual income, no kids life, and sometimes it's hard. They would just budget themselves and go to Taco Bell for date nights. Of course,
Yeah.
they don't do that anymore, which makes sense. Very unhealthy. But I'm about
Nice,
it. I'm
nice.
about it. I wish my wife was more TB friendly, but
TBF.
yeah, but she's not.
What'd you get? What was so
What
good
I
about it?
always get,
Beefy 5-layer grill, 2 of them.
and I got a little double of the Cinnabon. And I just realized I confessed that and did not tell my wife. And by the time she sees this, I will be dead. It's nice knowing you.
Wait, so what? Are you supposed to confess what you got at Taco Bell?
She don't like me eating out like that. Well, I'm not supposed to anymore. But
I thought she just didn't like McDonald's.
that too. Well, she doesn't like any of it because she knows just how bad it is. I'm like, baby, come on. Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, every day is moderation.
What's the bad part of you eating the Cinnabon Delights?
No, I love it. What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, what was she mad about? eating out in general, or because
Yeah, maybe
like you're
eating
like
out.
I just like by the time I see she's gonna be dead, is it because you didn't tell her you got
I
Cinnabon
didn't tell her.
Delight?
No, I didn't tell her I got Taco Bell because she don't want me to eat out like that. It'd be like that, and I'm sorry, baby girl, but we'll talk about this when I get home. But anyway, the best customer experience though I've had with Taco Bell in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This guy named Dylan. Got his name.
You got his name?
Dillan, because he treated me so right. He sold me on the Cinnabon, the little Cinnabon snacks, and because I was like, bro, when are they going to bring back the apple empanadas?
Yeah, dude.
When are they going to bring that back? He said they're coming back with some, but he says it may be, but it may not be that. He's like new dessert. So I was like,
the Baja Blast pie is one of them. Did you see that?
oh, that's right.
bet
Dude,
it's
they
gonna-
have a. Did y'all see that? The
Yeah,
freaking,
dude.
Yeah, Baja
It's gonna be like,
Baja
I know it's gonna be like a
Blast
key lime flavor.
They have a whole keynote
You know
on
what I
that
mean?
crap.
We'll see how it is, bro. I'm
can't
excited
wait,
for it.
dude.
But he treated me so well. He sold me on that, and I'm like, dude, just throw him in. I like that you did that because
Yeah.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Came in, he's like, do you need any sauces, bro? Anything else I can get for you while I'm here? Like, I'm like, no, bro. I appreciate you though. And he was so nice talking to me about the desserts and everything. And I was like, dude, what's your name? He's like, Dylan. I said Dillon or A-N. He said A-N. I said, I'm about to freaking tell him to hire you, bro. Skip all this stuff right here and just go to corporate. Go to corporate. Get your 401k.
Irvine, California.
Irvine, baby. That's what's up. That's what's up. Dang, are they out there? HQ?
Yeah, dude. Sick.
Dude. When are they going to expand? Are they just only out there?
It's their headquarters. Headquarters
Right.
is in one location.
Hey, there's other places that have different,
Name one.
Amazon?
Amazon has warehouses.
All right. You got me. I bet you feel real happy about that.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I can tell. Your tone.
What tone?
Those crispy R's.
Oh, dude, Elizabeth has crispy R's, 100%.
Does she?
100%. I don't know every
That's
R, but some things she
good.
says, I'm like, Liz, you sound exactly like Liz right now. Like the way you said it.
The crispy.
Yeah,
What
it's
did
like
she say? What did
it's
she
like
say when you said that to her?
She was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll explain it." It's emphasis on the R. That's what it is.
Emphasis on the R. But
Hard R.
But no, well, just crispy. Hold on, not hard. Just
I will tell you this story. You were looking at me like, is she gonna tell this story?
this story is wild.
I'm
bro.
gonna tell this story.
This story is wild, dude.
So this girl was talking to me the other day, and she was talking about our podcast and that she was listening to it or whatever, and she was like, or maybe she was just watching the reels. I don't know, but she was talking about our podcast.
Yeah.
And she was like, said something, and she was like, "Oh, the bit y'all do about hard R's is so funny." I said,
Whoa.
"Hold on."
Wait.
Hard R's? You was gonna go around
one
preaching that?
second. Pause.
But I see my roommate, like one of my really good friends right across, just like crying laughing, dude. Crying laughing.
And I'm going back. I'm like, we never mentioned anything on the hard R. What is she talking about?
Yeah,
And
not
I
once.
wasn't thinking about crispy R's.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Right,
And I
naturally.
said, "I'm sorry, where did you hear this?" And she was like, "You had the whole bit, like like you do hard R's." she said, I said, "Quit yelling
I said,
we do hard
First and
R's."
foremost, lower your tone. we are in a
so
public
funny.
setting, and that's not.
I said, "I will not be falsely
we're talking
accused
about.
right now. I will not be
Dude.
falsely accused."
Wow.
And then I was
Wow.
like, and then it dawned on me, I go, crispy R's.
crispy R. She says,
And she was
R's
like,
crispy.
and she knew because
crispy.
then she realized what she had been
Crisp.
saying, and then she was like flush red, but like laughing and like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe I've been saying this whole time." I said, "I hope you haven't been going around going, you should listen to the podcast. They talk about hard R's."
That is ridiculous, bro.
So to be clear for the audience, I
Yeah.
know that we don't do
He said,
hard
and I hope the
R's, so
audio
it's
was clear
just a
on
joke. It's just a joke.
Yeah, it's just crispy R's and
Yeah,
how
definitely
Liz speaks.
crispy.
She's just crisp.
Graham cracker.
Crispy.
Graham
Crispy.
graham crack.
You want a graham cracker?
It's just graham. All right, on to the next.
You said it the other day.
Let me talk about this.
Go ahead.
And I want to know your input, people in the chat. Is radio dead or is radio living? That's what I want to know.
Are you asking like who's listening to the radio still?
Yeah, who's listening to the radio? Who's getting up early, going on the drive? Like, yeah, of course. But I mean, like, throughout the day, right? The music is super repetitive. How many times am I going to hear We Are the Champions throughout the day?
What radio station are you listening to?
I listen to all of them. 106.1, 98.7, 93.3, 94.5.
I don't think I've heard "We Are the
102
Champions" on the radio ever.
What stations are you listening to?
Same ones you just said.
Wait, you haven't listened? You haven't really? You haven't heard it on?
Dude, I think
definitely on.
it's
We Are the Champions.
always on.
And they'll always play the,
I think I listen to Dad Rock channels.
Maybe.
That's 98.7.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I don't listen to
96.1?
Yeah.
Same thing,
I don't,
right?
listen to, I don't listen to either of those.
So these are the ones I'll base them.
Yeah.
89.7 because you still need a little Jesus in your radio. I got 91.
What is 89.7?
It's like KLUV, K-Love?
K-Love? Yeah, I think. Is that 89.7? Maybe it is.
Yeah, it's 89.7 is K-Love.
That's so funny.
Or no, it's, it's some along those lines. And it's just contemporary Christian music. And then there's 94.9 KLTY, which is also, contemporary. Let me know what you think. We're the 94.9 KLTY babies. You know what I'm talking about? Grew up on that. Listen right before bed, put it on. Oh, yeah. All right. And then I have a...
I was 97 in the beat.
Okay, cool. I have 91.7, and that's NPR. I believe it's NPR. So they play a lot more, which I love them, of course, because they play a lot more local and like deep tracks of artists.
Okay.
93.3, it's like Kiss FM. It's like your top hits. 94.9 is more R&B and rap. Same with, I think, 104.5. And then 98.7 is a dad rock music. It's like no, that might be K-Love.
90 what? 90 what? 94.7?
No, 98.7.
98.7? I think
98.7. That's a lot of dad rock. It's a lot of
I think it's like 2000s alternative.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
no.
Classic.
98.7 is.
My bad.
102.1 is. Or no,
Used to be
102.1 used to be The Edge,
which was the best.
which was the best. Bring back The Edge. But it's now 103.7 Alta FM.
All right. So
Alternative
K-Love
FM.
is 92.3.
Oh,
It
okay.
says, supposedly. That's what it says on here.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't really matter, though.
98.
That's
8.7,
DFW
yeah.
we're talking about too, because it could be
Yeah.
different anywhere else.
well, I mean, I hear it when I'm in Dallas, when I'm...
Well, DFW, yeah. But if you go to
said
like
Dallas. I
Austin,
thought you said Fort Worth. My bad.
No.
Yeah, because if I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. It's definitely different when
It
you,
is-
when
it
you
is
go
what it
south.
is.
But
I
like,
don't freaking know, dude.
those are there when you're in the DFW. Those are it.
Yeah.
And
you don't ever
man,
listen to 101.1.
classic music, bro. Of course I know, dude. I know radio. Like, I'd be listening to the radio, and also I've been listening to it for the past like year because my aux cord circuit is like just dead. Like, nothing works when I plug it in anymore. So I'm dependent on
The radio.
radio. But I'm just thinking, like, how long is radio going to go for? 89.7 at least once a week is like, we are asking, begging, please give us your money so we can keep this, like...
I thought that was
this station.
94.9.
No, 89.7 does it. I don't know. if
K-Love
94.9
does that. K-Love really like strives off of donations because they're a 50, they're a 501c. They're basically a church organization.
Pretty much.
Yeah, nonprofit.
So
type.
they keep going and they do that. But
the ads on radio, dude.
dude,
They're like
that's
Wikipedia.
where it is. And the songs that I listen to, I'm just like, bro, I just heard this song. And then I go to another channel. It's on the same station. And then I try to go see, there's maybe another one playing in a different, genre.
Yeah.
It's commercials, people. And my thing is, when will radio die out?
I don't know.
I feel like it will.
Well, what are you gonna do whenever it dies out?
I don't know. I mean, like,
Apparently, you listen to radio.
No, that's
You know what's
I'm
crazy,
saying.
though?
I don't want to.
Radio to me is like walked so podcasts could run.
Yes.
When I grew up, I would get up
Yes.
in the morning and I would be like, it'd be like 7 a.m., 7:15. My mom was a teacher and I would ride with her to school.
Exactly.
And we would listen to 106.1 with, Kid Craddock in the morning.
Kid Craddock, bro.
Kelly, Big Al, like
Yeah.
JC now,
JC, yeah,
all
yeah.
this stuff.
Great people.
I remember when Kid died.
Oh, I remember,
remember
that?
that?
too. Yes.
Kids and all that stuff, and he died.
Dude.
And I was like heartbroken about it because I would listen to him every single morning. I think my
Early
people were like that with the
2000s
ticket.
was prime radio.
Yeah, it was.
Like from a little bit of the 2010s, but like
Now people just listen to podcasts, which is just people. It's just a radio show.
exactly. So with all these new cars that are being made, you literally have Spotify or Apple Music installed into your cars, like computer,
Pretty much,
Oh,
yeah.
right? So it's like you're listening to all your favorite radios, like essentially podcasts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
Oh.
over time, what is that going to look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now?
I would say car progression is very slow. So like the average people still have old cars that don't even have radios that can do that.
That's true, but people install.
Oh, yeah, but until that happens, radio's not dying out. Radio will not die out until literally no one will use it ever. But tons of people still use it, and it's actually still one of the biggest like programming things, right?
It's super like
Like,
nationwide.
compared to-
too.
Yeah.
Siri, set a reminder 20 years from now to see where radio's at.
Oh my gosh. Can it even do it?
2044.
God, that's crazy.
We'll be back. We'll be back
Well, yeah, it
after
actually
this
did it? Wow,
brief
Siri is
short
funny.
commercial break. For
Well, if we're going, have you seen the goggles? The Apple goggles? Have y'all looked at that?
Oh, dude, people have been coming into the coffee shop with the goggles now.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes, bro. Two people have brought in the new Apple goggles, and they're like this. They're all. They go. No, I'm joking.
To you? Is that to you?
Is that you?
Yeah, I said they're doing it right at the.
You're like standing up, like you're like, hey.
Yeah. Men already do that, so nothing new
And
there.
it's only,
Oh my gosh.
and it's only been men.
Shocker.
It's, okay. Where are my tech ladies at? Come on, put
Who
a
are all my
T in
tech
the
ladies
chat.
at?
TCH
they're all
in the chat. Tech.
we're gay, so
True, dude. True, bro. Listen,
that's crazy though.
It's wild because they're like, sometimes it's just friends. Like
Yeah.
a guy will be sitting with like his bro, and then they'll be like, and I'm like, dude, what is going? I don't understand what it's for. I don't understand like why it's a
Dude,
thing.
let me tell you this right now.
Go ahead.
And you tell me if this makes me a psychopath or sociopath. Which I'm already towing a line in some other ways for sure.
We're dabbing.
We're dabbing.
We're dabbling.
When
Dabbling,
I had to be late teens, early 20s, because it was the car I had before this one
Okay.
that I have now. And
What car was that?
it was an H3.
Let's go.
Whoa, really? An
And-
H3?
Which tracks, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
And
Built even more tough.
I would sell my car right now and get that car back if I could.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so I had a 6-disc. That Hummer was is a H3. It was the last time they made Hummers. Now they make the electrical ones, but at the time they
Yeah.
stopped. They discontinued making them in 2006. It was a 2006.
I remember you were
Black
so cool
H3.
when you just you were envious, so you talk shit about it, saying like, yeah, it's just a gas guzzler. But you're like in 4th grade not knowing how much gas really costs, and you're like, I don't care. I just know it just goes for gas.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I used to make some hard jokes when people would say that to me. I bet you can guess what they were.
I don't want it.
I'm scared.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well.
So anyway, I had a 6-disc change. That was literally it right there. But everything was chrome. The wheels and the gas cap and all that
Oh,
stuff was
really?
chrome.
Damn,
Chrome.
Chrome.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, this is
Our
the front of a
chromed
car.
Like that. That was
I
it, dude.
need
Right
the-
there.
Yeah, I need that.
And I had an American flag tire cover that my
God,
brother
dude.
got me, dude.
Yo, that's
America.
crazy.
Imagine me pulling up into high school like that, dude.
I would love that, dude.
You would eat it up, bro.
This
I would. I'd be
car,
like, this is
man.
fun,
This
bro.
is 2006.
His name was.
dude.
I had named him King Henry VIII. We
Oof.
called him Henry.
That's crazy.
Henry Hum.
All right.
Good old Hank.
Anyway, so 6-disc CD changer, and no Bluetooth, no nothing. And I even tried to get
Right.
one of those like radio ones, that like syncs up, but it just like sound wasn't good. Like,
Never is. You have to find the worst station. Is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
yeah. My sound system was good, but it just like
Yeah, it
didn't hook
go
up,
well. It just didn't
whatever.
go well.
And so I had a friend that made me a bunch of burned CDs, which
Shout
was
out.
like so fun.
Shout out to the homies
Yeah, dude.
that made you burn CDs of like music you've never even heard of.
Yeah, dude.
You're just like, dude, I've never even heard of this.
You
band.
can't repeat that, dude. It's amazing. It's not playlists aren't even the same. Anyway, because they would write on them and like all this kind of stuff. Anyway, so it broke. There's one day it broke. Like my whole sound system broke.
Dang.
Okay, like just
What'd you
busted.
do?
And then it was just old. It was an old car, like whatever. And so we took it to the shop, and one thing about Hummers, and especially when they're discontinued, is like finding parts sometimes just took a long time.
Right.
And so it was
They
this
were
whole
kind of like the first of its kind somewhat.
Yes,
right?
they were.
Hummers? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was just like,
Yeah, they were like very on their own.
and they
Like,
were very demanded.
yes. And so by this point, it's like 2000. It's been like 12 years, since the last one's been made, which is the one that I have, the edition that I have.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. It was like whole rigmarole thing that was just like, oh, this person has it, this person doesn't. Oh, this and this and this. And I ended up not having a radio, anything music sound wise, for 6.5 months in my car.
I'm
And
right there with you.
I would drive in silence for 6 months all the time.
It's kind of the best.
And even when I got my radio, because I was just so used to it, I would just get in the car, my like radio would be off. I'd like drive to school or work or friend's house, road trip, silence.
Silence
Yeah, dude,
for that long?
silence. And I think, and let me tell you this, I think it shaped a lot of who I am today.
Really?
Yes, because most people, and we've had this conversation,
Yes.
bury themselves in distraction, right?
Very
They're
true.
doom
Oh, for sure.
scrolling, they're
Very
listening to
true.
music, they're trying to like
I'm
control
trying to break
their
out of that.
Yeah, they're trying. It's like a discipline. They're like trying to control
It
what they
really
feel,
is.
whatever. And essentially, it just got all stripped, you know, because this
Yeah.
was back like we had Instagram and stuff, but Instagram like
It
really
was
came
not
out in
what it
like
is
2011.
It is not what it is now.
No, not
Yeah.
even close. And then even on top of that, like I think I like my phone situation, like I didn't have unlimited data, and like
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
even
so
if I
true.
like
text messages were limited, bro. Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah, just
You
like
have to pay.
so even like given like the situation on top of that, I just like was disciplined in like I just didn't have that. And
Yeah.
I was in my car a lot because I was traveling I commuted to school. I commuted like almost like 40 minutes to work. And like it was just like a whole thing. On the dog.
I know.
Yeah, not the freaking dogs.
It's my sleep app, dude. That's what it'd be like. That kind of far away sound.
Whose dog is that? Someone's dog's going yapping.
Yeah,
It's a-
there's
it's a
Bumping
person.
the gums.
We open the door. It's a person going,
Oh!
you said
Anyway.
hello? That's what you'd say.
Hello? What's wrong?
Anyway.
No, I get it. You're not in the wrong.
I had to like, I think I had to think about, and that was like some of the harder years of my life too. And I had to like think,
You were forced to sit in.
and I think now that's why I can do, like I can think through a bunch of stuff.
Good job, bud.
Thought you were going to do the,
You are strong.
okay.
But that's cool. No, it's true, man.
Hello?
If take a moment out of your day, out of your morning. You know, if some of you are morning people, I know you want to bump to some freaking Usher in the morning. You want to bump to some freaking Celine Dion. You want to bump into Yo-Yo Ma. No.
Yo-Yo Ma's cousin.
No, Yo-Yo Ma's cousin.
cousin.
Take a moment to pause and just sit in silence. Drive in silence. Do this at home too. No distractions. I'm trying to do this myself because I am heavy into distractions. I am the guy that can have a movie playing in the background. I've seen it a million times, but I just love to have it there. And I'm trying to break free from that because someone who isn't like that is my wife. And she can sit in silence, and I need to learn how to do it because it is healthy. Mentors have told me, and it is awesome when you do it because
Yeah.
you just get to sit.
It does
in
amazing
what you're
things.
yeah, it's good for your mental health.
Yeah, like you don't know the effects of it until you've done it, and you're like, whoa,
Dude,
you know?
I actually
you
get
feel
mad.
like free.
I get mad in my car when I hear the same Queen song over and over. So I just turn off my radio. Majority of the time, it's me, a love-hate relationship. I'm like, oh, it's a good song. Let's do it. And then I hear another song that I'm like, I just heard this song.
Well, that's just you and the radio.
yeah,
dude.
literally. So
Radio
I just turn it
sucks.
off. So I just turn it off and I just drive.
Yeah.
It's even harder if you have Spotify. You can listen to whatever you want.
Exactly.
What when you think about like, okay, I'm not gonna listen to anything, you know, you're not gonna like, distract yourself. Do you have a thought of like, this is gonna be the hardest part, or like, I have concern about this, or is it boredom, or is it I want all things all at once? Because I know I would do it.
Immediately when I like go into silence, I think of everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mind will drift though, and I'll just be thinking about like God knows what, like dinosaurs. Or I'll be thinking about a movie and stuff like that. Like, it'll just hit me, and I know I'm not the only one. It sounds funny, sounds wild, but
it's
I
funny.
know you're like that too.
No,
Can I
for
get
sure.
a D in the chat for dinosaurs? Come on, everybody, D in the chat.
They said RXD.
Let me hear it.
This dude?
That's right. Okay.
You're that meme that's like, you and Meg are laying in bed or whatever, and the girl's like, he's probably thinking
Like
about
cheating,
other
or
women.
like all this stuff.
and you're like,
It's like a fun fact of like, there's like different. Oh, there's like over 30. What is it? Scent glands in the body of a raccoon.
mm-hmm.
So that's why you can't have it as a pet because it'll just stink up your whole house. That's the type of stuff I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like,
okay,
is
so
he thinking of other women?
This is the meme. This is not the same one, obviously, or one that's similar, but this is what
Yeah.
you're thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah.
That is the actual meme. But It's always more of like a fun
Right.
fact. Like,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
some random.
Yeah.
This dog does this.
Yeah.
My dog training video said this about it.
I said, maybe I should
Anyway.
add more into my dog training manual that I'm writing for my friend.
Are you really writing that?
I am actually writing
Bro.
a dog training manual right now.
Why are you writing one?
Oh, we've practiced this.
What?
That question.
Oh, yeah. Why am I writing it?
We've practiced.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Why are you writing it?
Essentially, so here's the deal, people. And let me know what you think in the chat. For some reason, as we've said it before this conversation gets hella boring, I've been fixated on just like dog training and like dogs and everything. And I've gotten to the whole
Hyper-fixated.
realm. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Skynet. All right. And I just enjoy it. I really love it. And I want my own dog someday, but I just can't afford the one I want. And please don't get mad at me for not wanting to get a rescue or just go to the animal shelter. It's my personal preference, my choice, whatever. And my friends are getting a Doberman Pinscher, which are adorable dogs, awesome dogs when they grow up. They look sick, cropped ears. I'm pro crop. It doesn't matter. What I'm against is you mixing and breeding dogs to where it literally deforms their face. So come at me. What it is, though, I started writing a dog training manual from everything that I've learned. Dare I even say from YouTube? But I've done research, and I'm just like, for them, writing the essentials, the basic essentials of teaching your dog, training your dog, obedient commands and stuff like that. So they can have a better prepared dog once it gets older, because nothing worse than an intimidating dog that acts out.
Yeah.
Accidentally just yawned. Sorry.
That acts, huh? Okay, you're done. You're done.
Would you say the biggest thing about that is consistency?
Oh,
Like
for
dog
sure.
training. The biggest
For
thing
Would you
about
sure.
say?
that is
Would you say it's
consistency.
key?
Would you say it's what?
It's key.
It's
It's-
key.
You think
Major
consistency is key?
Key. Consistency is key. Don't make me go Tony Robbins on you.
Tony Robb.
Dude, I didn't know Tony Robbins actually suffers from gigantism. I'm sorry. I don't want to say suffers if
Well,
that
yeah,
was the wrong term, but
he has it, though,
He
for sure.
has gigantism.
Have you seen the guy?
But he had a brain tumor. I
Yeah,
knew
he
something
did.
was up, but I didn't know if that was just like.
He was trying to say I think it's just how he looks.
I
And
thought he was
like,
Oh, it's accelerated growth hormone.
That's
Yeah.
what
It's
it
a
is.
problem.
Well, he had a
Yeah.
brain tumor, and then I think
Yeah.
I don't know if it produced that, like it made.
You know
that
the
happen.
dogs you see that are like hyper muscular?
Yeah, yeah,
They're
for sure.
wild. That's like they have the same issue.
Yeah, that's wild.
who'd have thought?
Or like the
That
bulls,
exists.
those big
those
bulls.
huge bulls, and then
Dude.
then it becomes genetic. So like if you just pass down and pass down and pass down, that dog's breed now is like crazy muscular. It's because originally the guy had freaking gigantism.
And
what do
so
you call
my
it?
training
Anyway.
manual will help you be able to control that dog. So essentially, I'm doing that for my friends, and it's not public. It's not. I'm not, telling myself that I am this renowned like dog trainer. Like you should come to me or anything. I'm putting it to the test to give experience to see, and if it builds traction, why not give it to people?
That's so good that you're doing that, dude.
Yes.
Have you?
Yes, it
have
is.
you ever had a dog before?
Yes, I've had 3 dogs.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you have
Sorry.
credibility.
Sorry, I've had 2.5 dogs
Yeah.
in my lifetime.
Awesome.
I don't want to talk about that half, but okay,
Nice.
wake up.
Sorry, dude.
You're gonna start laughing in your sleep, so don't even start. It's gonna scare
Well,
me.
I don't think I would.
I think Liz should write it because she's like around you a lot, so she knows how to like train a dog. You a dog.
So true. I feed you.
Okay.
I take you outside. I check in on you.
She does feed me. I am the one that is always saying like, "Let's go for a walk."
That is so true.
And what was that last one you said?
Let's go outside. Let's go do something.
I said, "Let's just go walk."
You need a lot of attention. A lot.
Well, I'm the same. I can't say much. I'm the,
The
same.
Lord sustains me, sister.
The
Watch your
Lord
tone.
sustains-
And
The Lord-
he may use some people to do so. And I might be his strongest warrior. Do you bark?
That's arrogant.
Do you or do you not bark?
Bark. Bark, bark. I'm a dog. What can I say? You want me in your corner. That's what it is. Can I get a corner in the chat, boys? Corner in the chat for my real dogs out there. That dog's a barking.
And I am a cat, probably.
Yeah, you definitely are, bro. Independent, annoying, eats when they want to, but demand, I don't know. Anyway, so let's move on.
You have 2 cats. We love them.
And some chickens. Guys. Can I get a RIP in the chat,
Cluck,
please?
cluck.
RIP in the chat. I lost one of my chickens recently. About when was that? Monday? It was Monday morning. It is Thursday today. From whenever you get to see this podcast, but I lost one of my chickens to a hawk, man, and I go outside in my backyard and I look for my chickens, don't see them, and I just see this bird that I don't recognize looking right at me, and it's this giant hawk.
Circle of life, man.
And I said, "Oh no!" That's what I said. I just said, "Oh no!" And I took a stick, threw it at it to get it out of there. It flew away. And what's tough is that the bird that he ate, and I mean, she was gone from head to shoulder breast.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. He took his time on her. She was already sick.
Mm-hmm.
And so the toughest part about her loss was that she was coming out of her sickness.
Mm.
We were feeding her. It was so bad. She would literally stand up and just fall to her side. So we'd have to literally put the food up to her beak and the water, and just to feed her and get her on her feet.
Mm-hmm.
Nature takes its course.
Yeah, right. But she was coming out of it. She was coming out of this disease or whatever she was going through.
Yeah.
And she was probably at 65, 70%.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was out one morning because we usually let them out if one of us stays home.
Yeah.
So we can just somewhat keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not just getting into across the street or anything like that. But I go out there to go check on them and I don't see any of the chickens. And I just see the hawk on top of her, and I'm like, that's tough. So I go over, and she's gone. She's just dead. So picked her up, got the shovel, dug a little bit.
What?
Put a little burial for her. And
You did?
are you laughing?
No, sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. Do they wait? Hold
Death
on.
to
Do you have-
Skynet.
do you have-
Death to Skynet.
Do you have?
Death to Skynet.
Do the chickens lay eggs or no? You don't have chickens that lay eggs. You do.
Yeah,
do
they
you?
all. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So
Okay, just wanna make
there
sure.
are 3 left now. The
No
3.
rooster though.
No rooster. Just 3 hens.
You haven't told us how the other ones died.
They didn't die.
Oh, you
There's
only
a-
had 4 chickens.
I've had 5.
Oh,
2
okay.
have been eaten
Okay.
by hawks, but the other 3 were fine. I knew he went after the weakest link because I know for a fact they ran probably when the hawk swooped down, but she just could not run, and so he got her good,
I
buried
made a
her,
movie about that.
put a little flower. What movie?
Chicken Run.
You guys are brutal.
Did you at least give the rest of it to Church's Chicken down the road?
Oh. Meg is listening to this, y'all.
It's a part of the grief process.
I felt bad. I literally waited to tell Meg. I did not tell her till after. Not her calling me 5 minutes after it happened. She's like, "Can you check on Shadow? How's she doing?" I said,
You lied.
"Dude, I did not want to tell her."
What
right
did
then
you
and
say?
there.
What did you say?
I said, "I'll check on them today. I'll check on the chickens today. I'll check on the chickens."
You're
And I-
very.
and
You
I
didn't
was
tell
like-
her yet, dude. You were like
Well, she
digging
was
up
at work
those
and I didn't-
holes, digging,
I didn't want to.
digging up those holes.
holes.
He said, "You've got to go dig
Dig
those
those
holes."
holes.
Calls you while shovels in hand.
Oh,
Yeah. He
dude.
said, two shovels in hand. I got no respect because I'm the caveman. Bro, Beck and I used to sing that song all the time. A-R-P, I to the T.
Dude.
Armpit.
Yeah, dude. No,
Shadows-
I told her after work.
You did? Okay,
yeah.
But I buried her, put a little rose, and to
You're like,
commemorate
babe,
her
I made
death.
chicken for dinner.
Ooh.
Yeah, Shadow's now a chicken strip.
She was sick, bro. She was sick. There was no way I could, and I wasn't going to. I don't know how.
She probably hasn't been laying eggs for a while, huh?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It was bad. It was bad. But the other 3 are still laying eggs. They're doing good, and my favorite chicken is still alive, so she will be with me till I die.
It's probably
Who's
the
your
same
favorite
hawk.
chicken?
Huh? Girlfriend is my favorite chicken.
It's probably the same hawk. You think?
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wait, what?
You think it would be the same hawk getting your chickens?
All
He's
the way
waiting, bro.
From the one
Yeah,
that got
dude.
the first one?
Wait, how long ago was that? 6 months ago?
And we were in Denton.
Oh,
We
y'all
lived
are in a different
Denton.
place? Oh,
That,
sorry.
that hawk's coming back, though.
That one hawk is going to come back.
Well, yeah,
Here's
yeah,
my-
he
here's
already-
my
he already
question.
marked- he
Here's
already
my
marked that
question.
area.
Have you thought about the fact that God provided for the hawk?
Yeah, no.
That's insane. Nature
and
took
that's
its
what I
course.
said. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really that. I'm bummed, but I'm not mad. I don't hate the hawk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude,
Well, he
that's
hates
just
you,
a
he
circle.
told me.
Oh, well, Why don't you bring him up here so I can talk to him? We can Jerry Springer this out, dude. I'll mess him up.
You walk outside your house, he's like yelling at you.
I'll mess him up. He has a camera guy following me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
canceled for Tony Hawk's.
Yeah.
He wins in the end.
His name's Tony.
All right.
You said Tony the Tiger Hawk.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, brutal.
That's tough though.
But speaking of holes, I hear Shia LaBeouf is now Catholic, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that
Wasn't
guy,
he a
man.
Christian like 5 years ago?
Well, it was for the Fury role.
Oh,
He like
okay.
got into.
He's been on like
All
kind of
right.
like a Christian Catholic religious
Yeah.
kick.
He's been on
where-
a way for a while because his
Yeah.
life has been
been wild,
wild,
dude.
dude. Wild.
That is actually, it's funny we're talking about this. We're talking about Shia LaBeouf and his journey. The only movie that I have ever like wept. I've like teared up in a couple movies. I felt like, oh, I could cry.
Don't say it.
Honey Boy.
Whoa, I've never seen that.
And now that you think about it and you know who I am, it'll make a lot of sense.
But that's the thing. That whole story was a lie,
I know.
which is tough.
That movie-
is tough.
It was the whole story was a lie. Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. He said actually his dad was actually pretty good to him.
Yeah.
Like his dad was not.
Thanks for ruining it.
Well, I mean,
Oh, okay.
you can watch. It's a good movie to watch, but like
Yeah.
if it was fictional, it'd be really good. But the fact that it's like
Did you cry in Honey Boy?
I did not cry, but I definitely was moved by it because it's still a wonderful movie. Like it looked great. It was well done. The acting was phenomenal. But yeah, it's just tough when it's just not. You say it's this, but it's not.
There's a scene. There's a scene where he is in therapy. He goes to this like therapy, like outpatient therapy thing, or like inpatient therapy thing.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the technique is called or whatever, but
The
they
rubber
basically-
bands.
No, they go up into the mountains and he like screams. You know
Oh,
what I'm talking about? He just gets up in the mountains and he's like quiet for a second, and he just like as like loud as he can. It's like blood curdle
What was this from?
scream. That's from Honey Boy.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a processing thing.
Right.
And really what that is like people who have no experience or are not good at using emotional vocabulary to express how they're feeling doesn't make the feelings and the intensity of them go away. Like if you're experiencing
Right.
deep sorrow or deep frustration, it's still inside of you. But if you don't have the ability to articulate not only to other people but to yourself, oh man, I'm feeling so frustrated about this. I feel discouraged. Like you have that language, that vocabulary, you get more frustrated and sad because you can't articulate it even to your own brain what's going on. Your brain doesn't know
Right.
what's going on, but it's just feeling these things. That's why little kids cry so hard.
Yeah.
They don't have any. They don't speak our language yet, and so they're just like
Yeah.
ah,
all
and
they
you're
know.
like, oh my god, are they hungry or do they like do they need a diaper
Do they
change,
get
like whatever?
hurt? Yeah.
They get hurt. You're trying to figure out what's going on, and it's the same thing. You're just older, and so like being able to process like that is more of like they're trying to get that intensity out of them, so they can like they come down.
Yeah, literally.
And then they can start to have a conversation around articulating what they might actually be feeling and not feeling. And I used to do that as a kid.
Scream.
Yeah, like that, dude. Into a pillow.
I
used to just be
bro.
like,
I believe it, dude.
yeah. And I was like, I saw that and I just immediately started crying.
It's hard.
And I was
trauma,
around
bro.
people, dude. I was
Yeah.
around people and I was like, it's my nightmare. It's
Yeah,
my
dude.
and not the people I wanted to be. Like there were some good ones for sure. But there's a couple that I was like, I have to go.
No valid, dude.
But it was so good. It's always good to like see something like that.
Yeah, I like that movie. I love Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
I love Shia LaBeouf. I'm glad he's found his faith in Catholicism. Like he's going all in. He did the Padre Pio movie, and he played a priest or something. I've been meaning to watch it. I want to see what it's like.
I haven't seen it either. We should watch it.
Yeah, I'm down. We'll come back to that. But God bless him, bro. He's got a little. He's a dad now. He's got a little baby
Yeah.
girl.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he's
Nice.
got,
Good for
with
him, dude.
with Mia Goth.
Who's that? Hold on,
She's
let
an
me look it up.
actress. She was in the movie
I'm a
Pearl.
star.
Mia Goth
Yeah, she was in
or
Pearl,
Goth?
X and Pearl.
Goth.
Goth.
Mia
Yeah.
Goth.
That scene.
Yeah.
You seen that movie?
Which one?
The one where she's a Pearl. I think it's Pearl, right? Where she's like, I'm a star. She's like crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, I thought you liked me. Like when she yells at that guy, he's
It's
like,
like my
whoa.
biggest fear, dude.
Dude, that was crazy. She's a phenomenal actress.
Yeah. Like no eyebrows.
That's her?
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, very weird going on. What's going on there?
She's
cool.
I think she's cool. She does some hardcore movies for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shia's baby mama, and she was
That's
there
crazy.
for him when no one else was. After he went through all his stuff, and it was like he went through a recovery thing. So he connected with Josh Brolin, who's a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah.
And he went to like this guy, and this guy it was like so out of a motivational thing. Like he took Shia out to the beach, and he was like pretty much saying like, how bad do you want this? And he's like, literally gets Shia to his knees, like screaming. And so he takes him in, kind of helps him out, that stuff. The commencement happens, and no one is there for him except her. She left a movie set, which was probably for X or Pearl, to go support him. And that's when he knew. He's like,
This is the one.
This girl's the one, dude. So they have baby. They have a little baby girl. But let me tell you about a more sad story.
Wow.
I saw it today, and I read in the comments. Who here has seen the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I think I have.
You seen that movie?
Pretty sure I have. It was a
seen
long
that
time
movie?
ago, though.
No, dude.
So
Long time ago.
it's a good movie. It's like kids. Is it a Disney movie?
Going to find out.
Yeah, I think it came out.
Did you cry?
It's been so long since I've seen it. I don't think I did.
Yeah.
But I liked the movie but it was like really sad, right? So essentially this dog, her German Shepherd, ends up like dying. And well, I can't remember what the whole.
It is not a Disney movie.
It is not. I can't remember the gist of it, but he like has trouble with like heaven and hell, and he has to like do good or something so he can go to heaven. And so he's attached with this little girl, and at the end of the movie, he tells her, he's like, I gotta go because he's dead.
This is the dog?
This is the dog. He's talking to
Okay.
her. That's him. And the little girl's like, where are you going? He's like, I just got to go for a bit. She's like, she's like, will I ever see you? She's like, I won't see you ever again. He's like, he says, goodbyes don't always mean forever. And she's like, okay, well, goodbye. And he's like tucking her in a bed and everything. She goes, I love you. And she's like, and you can tell it's like this emotional moment. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I love you too, kid. And he like tucks her to bed, and she falls asleep, and he like goes to heaven, passes on, end of movie kind of thing. But there's a real tragedy in real life about the voice actress of that little girl, where her father in real life couldn't handle her being famous and all this stuff, and he ended up killing her, killing his daughter.
Whoa.
Yes, bro.
Wait, what?
After she did the movie?
She never got to see the movie. It was 2 weeks before it debuted.
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude, it's actually terrible. And then the actor who played the dog too, he passed away, and then she passed away. She was murdered, and it's a whole story, bro.
I didn't know that, dude.
How would she have been that famous?
It was something. He was crazy. He was crazy. I don't know the whole story just yet. I want
That's
to do
crazy, dude.
more of it, but
Oh, Burt Reynolds.
oh, really?
This is the guy that directed it.
Donald Virgil Blues.
God.
But it's a tough movie, dude. It's a fun one, but it's a tough.
Yeah.
Go back to
one, dude.
Don. Go back to
Yeah,
Don.
Don Bluth, brother.
Don looks like the guy from the Cracker Jacks, bro.
Oh, look at
The
him.
Land Before
He
Time,
did the
dude.
Land Before Time.
He is from the land before time.
Anastasia, bro.
And Titan
Titan
AE.
AE.
Bro, Titan AE went hard, bro. If you've never seen that movie,
Wait, what?
watch that
Which
freaking
one?
movie.
The Secret of
Titan
Nim.
AE, bro.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude.
Never even heard of it, dude.
Dude, phenomenal movie. Came out in 2000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know that happened, dude. That's wild.
It's a tragedy, bro. Everyone
Anne
should
Marie,
check it
bro.
out. Yeah.
She's dead now. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, she was murdered by her father. It's wild, dude.
Wow.
So everyone go watch All Dogs Go to Heaven. And when you see that scene, take it in, because they're actually saying goodbye in that scene in real life. So that's tough.
That's crazy, man. All right. It's been an hour.
That's my
What are you guys
story.
thinking?
And I'm sticking to it. Any last words, Babs?
No, my friend just sent me a picture of her baby, like a sonogram picture.
Children are a gift. I rest my case.
Bart.
We'll see y'all later. Love y'all. We're back. Woo! Come on, hit them all. Hit them all.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.